economics. So let me review the last class just briefly. I repeat again. What is the economics? Economics is the study of how people allocate their limited resources. Most human beings want to need everything, but the resources is limited. Later today we will review the scarcity, that is limited resources. How do we allocate the limited resources? Also, last week I told you how we do rational decision. It's a little bit of a degree issues in master degree, but we will have to know that they are just limited resources. How do we allocate the limited resources to satisfy the unlimited ones? Also, it means it's limited ones. Most people want to the want. Sometimes we need. Last week I said that needs and wants is a little bit different. So the economics, we can define the definition, the study of how people allocated the limited resources to satisfy the unlimited wants. This is economics. So also economics is part of the social science. There are many kinds of social science in the college levels, also research area. So the economics is also a part of the social science. And the social science basically seeks to explanation of real event. There are many kind of happens to in the world and all phenomena. So economics, also the social science, is to pursue the explanation of real event. What happened? What is it? What is the output? What is the relationship? All phenomena is to study area in the social science. So all social science analysis for human behavior. So human behavior sorry. Also, the social science is analyze the human behavior. So why the people doing that, why people search that, or why people wants that, or pursuing that, something like that is the social science research area. And the social science, the opposite side is what? As you know, there's a physical science. This is the basic for consensus. The social science. Social sciences include the economics, and the opposite side, the physical sciences. So the opposite side is social science and physical sciences. So physical science is generally analyze the behavior of electronic, atom, and other non-human phenomena. So it's not related to human beings as the other side, as every phenomena without human beings. We say it's physical sciences. So come back to the economics defining. The economic is the study of how people allocate their limited resources to satisfy the unlimited wants. So economics is the study of how people make choice. Basically, we have unlimited resources and unlimited wants. That's why human being must be choices. So this area is economic such area. And also the why is to resources is limited. First, let me introduce the resources definition. What is the resources? Resources are things used to produce goods and services to satisfy the people's wants. Every people wants to the everything to comfort or happy or some basic wants. So, but we have the very limited things. So resources we can define or define the things used to produce goods and services. In the future, we have a lot of things, goods and services, because it's the things to research area is goods and services in economics. Also business, same thing. Also, what is the meaning of wants? Wants means is people would buy if their incomes were unlimited. So we are working. Later I will show you that the floor, the economic factors is floor that, as I will show you that later. And people wants that, but the income is unlimited also. That's why what people would buy if their wants were unlimited. This is wants. Because if I have some money in my pocket, only $10, you can buy only maximum $10. This is wants, maximum wants. So basically, the economics is unlimited resources. Also, what kind of wants that? Okay, let's move to the definition. And today I will show you and review the definition of micro and macro. Okay, economics is typically this is chart for microeconomics and versus macroeconomics. So economics is typically divided into two types of analysis. Two types, macroeconomics and microeconomics. Briefly, I introduced the definition is microeconomics is the study of decision making undertaken by individuals and by firms or household. Later is two things: individual, household, the firms. So the study of decision making undertake is individual, household, and firms. This is for microeconomics research area. On the other hand, the macroeconomics is the study of the behavior of the economy as a whole. Macro, as a whole, economics. So, including, for example, economic-wide phenomena as change in unemployment, or the general price levels, and national incomes, and exchange rate, and some import exports things for tariff. These things is related research area of macroeconomics. So say again, the microeconomics is the part of economics analysis. The studies decision making undertaken by individuals, household, and firms. It is like looking through the microscope to focus on the small part of our economics. In the small part, for example, in domestics. And also the macroeconomics, the part of economics analysis, the study the behavior of the economy as a whole. It deals with economic-wide phenomena between the countries or something, such as change in the unemployment. Nowadays, very sensitive to inflation and unemployment. In the general price level, how can we make the market price or equilibrium price, something like that? And also national incomes. Every nationals need to incomes by trade, by export, by import, and tax prep. All things included for macroeconomic research area. So this chapter, this table is to summarize the microeconomics versus macroeconomics. Mostly schools, first generation education area, the introduction to business, introduction to economics, and then if you take the major course, and then you should be taken the principle of economics and principle of management, also principle of microeconomics and principle of macroeconomics is basic subject related for economics and business, econ and business, business and econ or something like that. So some Liberty University something like that. Macro versus micro. And first time, introduction to economics. So some schools, the major title is business and econ. For example, in the UC Urban, UC City, the business and econ series. And this is major, UC Urban, UC Riverside, UC LA, business and econ. And also business. For example, the Bachelor of Business, that's it. And business, economics. The Bachelor of Economics. So, very similar subject, but it's separate major in bachelor level area in the university level. So first time introduction to economics, and then the students will take the business econ or business or econs. So business econs a little bit combine and join the major. So in the United States, as you know, they are very popular or widely open to major, minor, major, and duplicate major, something like that. Very widely for your choice. So most students wants to two majors or one minor, at least one. So if I take the business and econ and minor in psychology or something like that. So if you have a chance to transfer or to other schools in liberal arts, powerful schools, widely open to your choice of your major classing. Okay, come back in here for what is the difference between micro versus micro and macro will summarize in the tables. So as shown is the table says the microeconomic is a study individual economics, unit of an economy. So micro is very small study area. So individuals, household, and firms. But the macroeconomics study and economy as a whole is aggregated, totally aggregated. Also, microeconomics is deal with individual income. What is my income base? This is for related for salary base or something like that. Individual price. What is the price? So very sensitive for inflation. And individual outputs. Individual outputs means is the I buy some apple and then how can I get the utility from the apple? Also with my pocket money. This is for individual output. See? Later we will review that anyway. So anyway, the microeconomics is deal with the individual income or individual prices and individual outputs, etc. But the other hand, the macroeconomics is deal with the national income and national output, also general price level. So later we will study as you know, there's a demand and supply curve, and we can make the equilibrium price or market price, this one. You remember that? And these things is related for macroeconomics. These things are general price, and then the human beings feel for economics. Today news on my way in the school, the report says now American economic status is very good status with inflation. So that means is now American economic status is poor, educated, or some deal with the inflation. It means is even if the inflation below the 3%, most country wants to the inflation increase 3%. So some schools, some nationals below the 3% inflation rate, always good status. Because it's 3% is the inflation rate bottom line, 3%. But today, news says now American inflation rate is 2.8 or 2.9. So anyway, the United States economic power is the best of the whole of the world. So most countries affected by United States economic strategy. Then. So nowadays also below 3% interest inflation increasing rate. So finally they say this United States economy is very steady So anyway, but we have some big role in president election in on November. So the Biden authority is very pushed to the inflation for their election. Anyway, come back here. And also the Microsoft microeconomics is central problem is the price determination and allocation of resources. This is a central problem is the price determination. Price determination. How can we decide the price? And also microeconomics is focused allocated on limited resources is Microsoft area. At the other hand, the macroeconomics is a central problem is the determination of level of income and employment. So know that in the United States related authority federal government is ED, Employment Development Department. So this is for macroeconomics related for American employment status. So the macroeconomics is central problem is determination of level of income and inflation, employment. So mostly economics in the United States, especially employment rate, unemployment rate maximum 4%. So every week they announce for now how many people apply the unemployment. So if you get a job in here for salary base and even if they are your own business, they charge for EDD charge for some rate of the money from your salary and income because they invest or take charge for unemployment tax. And then somebody lose their job and then you can apply the unemployment status can apply the unemployment charge. So I'm not sure the percentage, but at least 60% of full former income they charge for unemployment salary. Maximum of 6 months or more 12 months. But you remember the last pandemic is COVID-19. They charge for 100% for unemployment, something like that. So at the time we are worried about on the inflation because the reason is the basic reason is too much money in the society. So how can they get back the money in the markets? And then nowadays United States economic status is very calming down there and they don't worry about the inflation. So most indexes connected with the same movement. But anyway, most country make the goal with maximum 3% interest inflation rate and also 4% of unemployment rate. So if they now we are more around 3.8 if unemployment rate is, we say this index indicated nowadays is United States economics is very good. So most of these things is FRP, FER and EDD and government of the financial government. Most authorities deal with that for microeconomics. So it is, we say, the level of income and employment. It also belongs to macroeconomic area. And also the microeconomic is as a main tools are the demand and supply of particular commodities and factors. It means I say the market price, demand, supply, and make the market price also we say that equilibrium price, same meaning. So as you know, there is demand and supply curve, and we decide the price. So the microeconomics is main tools in the demand and the supply of a particular commodity and the practice. So commodity products, so strawberry market, and so milk market, and meat market, and then we can decide, and the research area is main tools in microeconomics. Also, the macroeconomics is a main tool, the aggregate demands and aggregate supplies of economic as a whole. So this is for example, wheat. The wheat market is very sensitive market in the world. So because it's wheat is the base of basic the food supply chain. So the United States decides as a whole wheat price in the world, and then this area is macroeconomic research area. So aggregate supply and aggregate demands deal with in the macroeconomic area. And also the microeconomics is have to solve the central problem of what, how, and for whom to produce in the economy so as to maximize profit. It has to resolve the central problem of the what, how, and for whom to produce. So if I have some wheat and then I will make some bread or I make some flour, is what and how. There are many kinds of techniques and know-how, and for whom I can make it is a wheat or the bread for who, to whom, for export or to inside. What? Why? This is for maximize profit. So because it's microeconomics, if I have some my own business, what's the reason? I want to make the profit, maximize the profit. This is microeconomics research area. And also the other hand, macroeconomics is have to solve the central problem of full employment of resources in the economy. As a whole, in the macroeconomics, in the United States, wheat market, this is the best of the produce in the United States, and then export that to another country, Russia, Korea, China, and then these deal with these things includes the macroeconomy. You know, there nowadays is the war in almost 1 year and some days. The Ukraine and the Russian is long time war in there. The Ukraine is to the biggest production of the wheat in the United States, in the world. And then nowadays wheat price is very big problem. So also you heard that the news is gas problem, natural gas from the Russia in some pipe related for the Europe. And then Russia is to start to export to gas in the Europe. And then it's very related and trade off the big problem with each country because of the Ukraine and Russian war. So these things, how do they impact it for wheat market and natural gas market is between the countries? These things is macroeconomic research area. So, and the microeconomic is discussed how the equilibrium of the consumer, producer, or and industry is attained. It means is the firms contain some profit and some gains, some utility or something like that. And the consumer is people, or sometimes we say the consumer. Consumer means is using some production from the producer. This is at this time we say this consumer, right? And the producer is to maker. So it's something like the firm. So how do they make the equilibrium? Equilibrium means is balance. A little bit difficult word. Equilibrium. It's balance. So later we will say that, but now I explain a little bit. This is for demand and supply chain, supply curve. So demand move in here, and then the graph is moved to right side, and the price one and move to P2. The price is moved to from P1 to P2. This is for market movement. And then some time proceeds, and then the equilibrium or the market price is moved that from P1 to P2. And then this price is another new price. These things we say the equilibrium or equilibrium status, equilibrium balance. Okay, so the demand is moved that, and then supply chain. If supply curve is fixed, and demand is moved that, and then move to price P1, from P1 to P2, and then the market price is a little moved. These things we are pursue the equilibrium. Equilibrium means is a balance. That means is supplier demand is seek to the balance price. These things we say this equilibrium. Excuse me. So the equilibrium is very popular word in the economic area. Okay, this is not useful. It's general in the society. So, but yeah, equilibrium is a specified word in the economics. So equilibrium is something like the balance, but plus balance for moving. So for seeking new point, or something like that. The point means is price or the volume or anything. The new point, seeking point, moving is balance. A little bit moving concept is included in equilibrium. Okay. And on the other hand, macroeconomic is censored with the determination of equilibrium levels of income and employment at aggregate level. So what's the meaning of aggregate? Aggregate is meaning is a total meaning. Total. So the aggregate means is total amounts of quantities. This is aggregate. So for example, for aggregate demand is the total planned expenditure through a nation. This is for aggregate demand. So we accumulate or more plus, and then we say aggregated demand. This is aggregate. So macroeconomics is concerned with the determination of equilibrium levels, something like that, of resources in the of income and employment at the aggregate level. So income and employment is very related, move two together. So my income is below that, how to we control the employment. So get a job and get money. It's easy understanding. So the macroeconomics example is the national income, GDP, something like that. National savings, general price level, national output, aggregate consumption, etc. is related to macroeconomic area. At the other hand, microeconomics example is individual income, individual saving, individual prices, and individual firms' output, individual consumption, etc. Especially the individual firms' output. It means is if I get a job and my productivity. Some kinds with labor productivity. Some people is to learning curve and then will take the same job for 5 years and then she's very expert. It is the the employer A is to 100 products per hour. But the other hand, some new labor only 50 production of the hour. This is compared. So it is a little bit difficult control, difficult area, but it's productivity. So at this time, we will say this small labor productivity. Some people can make the 100, but some per hour. But some people only 10 output per hour. This is compared at 10 times. So we are compared at the labor productivity. At this time, the company will push to them to learning system or to teaching them or something, push them or something. So the company wants to grow the productivity, labor productivity for without learning status. So the productivity is related for individual firms output. This is for productivity, especially we say the labor productivity. So most companies have to have a education system because the labor productivity. This big company will lead that. But the small companies, touch by touch or individual by individual, to increase the labor productivity. Anyway, this is another area for microeconomic area. Okay. Last week, I will show the rationality. So most human beings doing by the rationality. Last week I said this: if I wake up right now and I start right now, and then it is educate time for reach the schools. But I'm very tired and very late and wake up late, and then at this time it's impossible to get a school time or something like that. So you have to decide your actions by rationality or not. Also, there are many reasons for decision making with your rational reason. So most of your decision making follow the rational assumption or not? This is basic question of economics. So most social economists push this question for your idea. So it is depends on your idea. So assumption, rationality assumption, meaning is people do not intentionally make decision or leave them worse off. It means is every decision making for yourself follow the rationality assumption or not. Now I have only 10 bucks in my pocket, and now I have to buy the hamburger for my hungry for my lunch. And the other decision making is for I will buy for some copy for report together hiding something. So I have two options: buy booze and buy hamburger. Last time I talked to you, this related for utility problem. But now I say this, your decision making follow the nationality or not. So it's big assumption in the economic status. We say that most people, no, all human beings do not follow the nationality assumption. Every time you can find, you can do it the nationality or not. I say most guys no. Also me. It is the nationality assumption. So we are shown the individuals do not intentionally make decision or leave them worse off. Even if I know that or I have some experience, these things is worse off, but I do that. It means it's the evidence of the nationality assumption. And let's move to just briefly I introduced how can we escape the nationality assumption. Just I say this, okay, if you want to escape the intentionally do not nationality assumption, you can do it several kinds of method, but it's only one thing is systematic approach. This is a master level area. But anyway, if you want to escape or do not want to nationality assumption, you can follow the systematic approach and then a little bit escape your decision. It is avoid the risky or avoid the uncertainty situation. Later, with chance that I introduce that the economic escape that systematic approach or systematic decision. It's good for escape the nationality assumption. Okay, and let's move to circular problem. Circular problem means is we have four kinds of factors on economics. As you know that. The household, factory, factor market, and produce market, and firms. These things is related for this one. Okay, I'll make enlarge that the pictures. Okay. As I said, it's a firm, government, household, financial market. Market is totally market. This is household. Household is individual. So these related that they are these very small pictures. Let me go to that small. Okay, government here, and government and individual, and firm, and the bank. Okay, this is finance. These pictures summarize this one. Okay, individual give to the firm as working power, right? And I work, and the firm give to individual what is salary or something wage. Give to money there. And the individuals is from bank to loan. It's very simple area it is. And individuals give to the bank to interest. As you know that. And the individual gives the government for tax. And government gives to the individuals some utility. Your comfort living area. And government also do firms. Firm give to the government is tax. Also government give to the utility for produce the products, and then the firm is give tax, and the firm gives the interest, and bank to firm is the loan. This very simplifies the pictures. Loan, interest, or something, but as I'm sorry, this pictures is very small. So basically, this circulation is the economic flow. This is very simple area for your high school level. And these things is to circulate it, and then the economics is very smoothly goes up. So these things is their circular flow model, and especially in the macroeconomics, is related. This picture is foreign sectors. Foreign sectors. This is especially their macroeconomic related. So the firm is exports some products, and foreign for import. Import, export thing is separate area. But in the microeconomic area, these things. And include this one is microeconomy, macroeconomy. So also these firms give to the bank and the government. Government is also the market. These pictures is upper side. Goods market. Firm makes the goods and services, and the household or the individuals goods and services from the market. It's a little bit. These pictures is complex, but the all factors is decirculated, and then decirculated follow the production and money. So individuals gives the working force work. I get a job in the firm, and then the firms give to the salary the money, and then individual guys wants to buy own company, own business, and then loan from bank, and then give to the interest to the bank. So this idiom is that if you want to your own business in the capitalism country, you don't need to your own money. Anyway, we need for money for my new business. I want to buy the sandwich. I want to buy my own company, something like that. And at this time, you don't have money, but you have only knowledge or experience. For example, in the business part, if you want your own business, we need three things. This is your own business. First thing is your experience. or knowledge or more patent, etc. You have a good idea. You have very good experience for sandwich shop for 3 years. These things in here. Technique, knowledge, idea. Anyway, the other one is for capital. That is money. You need the creative some follow restaurant area and or buy some table and etc. This you need money, capital. And these things is not enough for your own business. Many. I say, if you have your own business, the management, most people skip this management. Okay, I am a cook. I have been worked and experienced for 5 years for cook for some sushi bar, and I'm a sushi man. So 5 years is enough for your own business. Enough this area. And also there's some sushi shop, sushi restaurants. They want to sell $100,000 for sushi restaurants, and I don't have any money. At this time, I have only experience, 5 years experience only. How do you open this business? At this time, you think about the bank. There are many kinds of bank in here, but especially in this case, SBA loan. It means is a small business administration is operated by the government. So at least 80% is a real story from SBA loan in the government. Okay. So now you need only 20,000 in your pocket and 80,000 from your money, your pocket, from SBA loan. So you get the 100 invest money first time. It's a real story. So it means is you don't need to do any your pocket money for your new business. But I highly push or dismiss the you should be dismissed the reason is the management. Okay, I have 5 years experience. Also, I can get the $80,000 from SBA loan, and it's enough there. So okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. And then you don't have any mind for management. I know some reports. Any kind of small business, why they fail to small business. The most reason is they don't have any management. It means I have 5 years experience for sushi restaurant, and I got money from SBA loan 80,000, and in my pocket is 20,000 is enough for new business. But I don't have the management. How do I operate this restaurant? Because I have already this is also I solved it. And you can make the management. You can make the management means you have another idea or more unique idea, and some I hire for manager for operator, because I only worked for a long time in the kitchen, so I don't know this outside. at this time I have to hire the manager in outside. That's why also the menu or the taste, something like the management concept. So mostly venture business and small business, any kind of business, why they fail that, they don't have the management concept. Okay, so even if you have some experience and some money from the SBA loan, and the problem is the management concept. Okay, this is very important. So for some years ago report, I don't remember the exactly amount numbers. You know the venture business thing. Especially this sector company or the stock, the San Jose, and mostly venture business borrow the money for angel capital. Mostly investors looking for some new idea and then they invest that, the angel capital. Especially is computer based and AI based business. The venture business or from the venture capital, this only 6% or 4% success rate. It means is very scarcely too successful because it's they mostly the reason of the most of the fail reasoning they leak or very poor business or management concepts. So the venture business also the only 4 to 6% success. Most of them is failed. Capital is okay and experience or more idea or more any knowledge, patents. Even if they have the patent, they fail that because this is very poor management mind. So this come back in here for circulated that the government, bank, firm, individual is relay this circulate system is for economic circulation flow models. Okay, so also almost things. Okay, there are circular flow is another area. This one. Firm gives the product market, production, goods and services, and product markets give to the household. It means it's sell, and the household for factor markets for some work power and some give to time, and also factor markets give to the firms. These circulation is of goods and services circulated. For example, the goods and services is from the firms to production market, and the product market is to in the household want to buy that, and household for input or the, get a job in the factor market. Also, this is a flow of dollars. On the other hand, the dollar is circulated this stuff, and the product is the other side. Circulate is this is very simple concept. So circular flow by the dollars is from the firm give to the factor market and give to the household because it's a salary, and the household gives the money to product market. It means it buys product, service and product, give to the money, and the product market gives to the firm because it's they want to buy some product and services, goods and services, and then they make it profit in here, marketing. This circulation is for follow the dollars. The other hand is the upper side circulate is the goods and services. So it means it's goods and services circulate that, and the other side is circulated money. These things, okay? This is circular flow of economic factors. Okay. Today we will review the circulation and the micro and macroeconomics. And today is all class. And any problem? Any question? So next week we have some scarcity and trade-off. What is a trade-off? The world of trade-off and the scarcity. Scarcity means is I said it's limited resources. Okay. Okay. Thanks for coming and enjoy the class. And see you next week.